ping lane's enough.
Well, that's twice. That's twice.
Right. You don't pay me enough to mention it. I don't realize I can be bought cheaply.
Oh, I knew that a long time ago.
Yeah.
A meal usually is enough to do it, isn't it? Paul Berger just missing on the spare chance. And another 10. 2 of them for Paul to start the match. Looking for his second win in a row.
Now our first look at Stu Bergman. A couple years, right, since he's been with us?
Yeah, in fact, the last time was in a Tournament of Champions. Stu was the number 6 seed in the 1992 Tournament of Champions. That was the last time he was here in April of 92. He lost that first match to Glenn LeBlanc. This is the first time he's been here in singles since then, so it's been a couple of years. Good to have Stu back.
Opening 7 box.
I know Stu is happy to be here. Happy to be anywhere. Had a flat tire on the way here, huh? Something we can all relate to, right?
Last week was Bob Whitcomb stuck in traffic. This week it's Stu. I think we better stay put. Thank God we don't have to go out for lunch. Ooh, hang on.
He
Whoa.
got it. Played it perfectly. Hangs on for the spare. These two guys are pretty good friends, so there's going to be some good-natured barbs back and forth, I'm sure, during the course of this match.
That's right. It's a whole new meaning for spare as far as Stu goes.
Very good. Think that up yourself?
Oh, yeah, just jumped into my head.
Wow.
I get these spurts once in a while. And 9 box, 29 for Paul Berger.
Paul looking for that first mark. Just caught the head pin, and usually at Park Place, if you get a thin hit on the head pin, sometimes that's just as good as a powerful hit. And there's the spare as a result. That's true in most places, though, isn't it? If you get a thin hit, sometimes that's better than...
Yeah, the longer you keep the pins in play, the more damage they can do.
I don't know if you'd want to depend on it on a regular basis,
no.
But...
I always chuckle when people ask me, now, are you shooting for the 1-3 pocket or the 1-2 pocket? I'm shooting for the head pin. I'm hoping I'm going to go in one of those pockets.
Well, I think, too, it's always... We've talked about this before. I think, for instance, in the case of, say, a 1-3 spare leave where you have 2 pins next to each other, it's tough to aim for the space.
That's right.
You want to aim for the pin.
The object pin that gives you the best chance of making the spare. Correct.
Stu Bergman over to lane 31 here at Park Place, and look at the wobbly leave.
The 1, 3, and 8 pins, and somehow he got a piece of wood to come out in front of the 1 and the 3. Another one behind. He looks like a shot of making this one.
All 3 pins were still wobbling when he knocked it for the spare.
I believe last time Stu was with us, he was single. We'll have to check with him, but he is married now.
Yes, you are correct, sir. Stu's wife, Karen. They have a little daughter, Christina, who's also here.
8-pin drop on Paul's spare. And he's going to be shooting at the 1 and the 2. A piece of wood now coming up behind the 2-pin.
Yes.
2 in a row.
And a chance at bonus money here for Paul Berger, which reminds us to remind you about Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan. Route 97, Main Street, Salem, New Hampshire. Come to Salem and save. Emmett Horgan in the crowd at Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan, providing bonus money opportunities for our bowlers all season long here on Stars and Strikes. And Paul Berger is going to have to make the 2-6 with no wood for $25.
We got to give more than 25 for this. I'll take another buck out of my pocket if he makes it.
Well, keep your wallet. Nine. Paul has to settle for just the 2 in a row. Stu Bergman now, as you see, stepping up, working on a mark in the 4th. Stu works as an accountant for Brandeis University in Waltham, Massachusetts. I'll bet he's, excuse me, Dan, I'll bet he's dropped in on a Celtics practice or two. He works at Brandeis.
Which we want to wish them the best of luck.
That's with the season underway, and how refreshing it is to have 2 professional sports actually playing at the same time.
God, I thought bowling was going to be the game in town all over the place here for a while. Ooh, big 9 drop for Stu. Leaves the 4-pin.
And that wood moving away, but might be able to use it as a guide.
I expect to see Roger Clemens on the show one of these days. Ooh, because the ball came back. Page out of Bob Whitcomb's book from last week. He had that ball coming back all day long. Obviously, he didn't come back enough for him because he's not here, but had a tough time with Paul Berger last week, and Paul's on a mission.
Well, Paul will shoot this time at the 2-10, but unlike the 2-6 leave he had a moment ago, he's got a favorably angled piece of wood this time. And there you go. For the spare.
Well, it's 3 marks out of the last 4 boxes. Unfortunately, he has an open in the 6, costing the bonus money. You see the replay of that spare. Now he'll fill that on lane 31, just missing the head pin, and let's see. Make it a half dozen. 1, 2, 9, 10 left.
Nope. Head pin's still there. $100-8 for Paul Berger, and the lead by 9.
Kicks out the 6 and 10, and watch out. 2 falls into the 4 and almost cleared the 7.
Now he's just got to be careful that he doesn't spin that wood the wrong way if he hits it. He does have room to get by, and he does get by. Fine shot for Stu Bergman on the single. His 3rd mark, each bowler with 3 now. Stu will be looking for a little better fill this time. He's hit 6 and 5 in the first 2, and this time just 4.
This time on the head pin, too. Just drove everything straight back.
And now trying to escape. Seven. And the lead now 14 for Paul Berger. So we have, we mentioned that Paul and Stu are good friends. We have an accountant and a director of purchasing. We could probably open up a little business here while these 2 guys are here.
Paul trying to slide the wood next to the 3-pin over into the 4, but it didn't happen.
$9. Paul finished up a week ago with a 145 third game. Started with a 113.
And
to be below 120 again unless he can mark here in the 10th.
Well, let's see. The wood's going to turn a little bit. He's got a chance. Going to play the wood next to the 2-pin and slide everything from left to right. And try to corral the 3, 6, and 10. A little high.
So this will be 3 games out of 4, including last week, that Paul's been below his average. But he has the lead in the match here. 118 opening game for Paul Berger.